Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tosh Berman for D.A.P. ARTBOOK, and I'm here to talk about a specific book, The World's Worst, A Guide to the Portsmouth Sinfonia. Published by Soberscove Press and distributed by D.A.P. ARTBOOK. This is a book I'm totally fascinated with because I'm actually own an album by the Portsmouth Sinfonia. Put out by Columbia Records around 1973. And the Portsmouth Sinfonia are interesting orchestra. It's a full orchestra, sometimes 30 to 50 members. And basically what they do is the popular classics. Beethoven, Bach, Chopin, Brahms, and so forth. The key thing that makes them really interesting is that none of the musicians can play their instruments properly. And their conductor is a gentleman by the name of John Farley. And John Farley, who conducts the orchestra, is a really striking, handsome man, very slim, a very strong nose, very long hair. He looks like a conductor, dresses like a conductor, actually even better than a conductor, totally a dandified figure. The only situation with Mr. Farley is that he does not or cannot read any music, nor can he play any instruments. Therefore, he's probably the most least qualified person to conduct an orchestra ever. Therefore, they are known as the world's worst orchestra. But you know, that's a matter of taste. What makes something bad? What makes something good? You can look at the Portsmouth Sinfonia as a joke. Perhaps it's just a little ha-ha for people. But when you read the book, The World's Worst, A Guide to the Portsmouth Sinfonia, which is edited by Christopher M. Reeves and Aaron Walker. This is a book or a compilation of interviews of musicians who were in the band, well, musicians, non-musicians who were in the orchestra, as well as people from the record label and people who handled the press releases. And for an orchestra that's the worst orchestra ever, they managed to play amazing places like Elizabeth Hall in London, as well as the Albert Hall. So they played in locations where the greatest orchestras played. The thing is about the Portsmouth Sinfonia is it can't be taken as a joke, but the fact is the one rule they have is that they all must try their best. They have to study the music, take it seriously. They rehearse as much as possible before they do a concert. The thing is, they just don't have any physical talents in playing their instrumentation. Though the person who started this whole adventure is a composer by the name of Gavin Bryars. Gavin Bryars is a great British composer, great British 20th century composer. He's also associate of Brian Eno of Roxy Music and, of course, Eno fame. And what's interesting is that Gavin Bryars is a very serious composer, but with a great sense of humor. But he realized that tacking a group of compositions by famous composers that we all know is a tribute to that music, but it's also a way to question the music, why it's good, how is it good, what makes it bad, what makes it good. It's all about taste. And a lot of 20th century aesthetics is really about what is the nature of taste, what is taste. And in this book here, The World's Worst, A Guide to the Portsmouth Sinfonia, is a very unique book, very interesting, and I would recommend to anybody who has an interest in either the classics, interested in orchestra, interested in the classical music world, but also interested in punk rock, avant-garde, and I guess noise music. Because when you hear the album, it does cater to almost noise. And it could either drive people crazy or people could love it. Originally, audience would go see the Portsmouth Sinfonia because they see an advertisement saying a full orchestra playing the popular classics. So they go to the shows expecting to hear or spend an evening hearing their favorite classical pieces. Once they get there, and they're kind of fooled because the orchestration is all sort of and with a formal instrumentation, and you have John Farley, the conductor, very handsome, very slim, very dandified, but within seconds you realize that he should not be on the stage whatsoever. And this is the sort of the joke part, but in actuality, the importance of Portsmouth Sinfonia is not the joke part, but the fact that they really try to really make great music. The fact that they can't or can is really a matter of taste. And for me, the book, The World's Worst, A Guide to the Portsmouth Sinfonia, is really about the issue of taste. What is good taste? What is bad taste? When you think of the classical world, we think of it always in good taste. Even if we don't listen to it, it's a symbol of taste, of good taste, or having proper taste. Having these subversive students at the time, because Portsmouth is actually a university in England, these students and their teacher, Gavin Bryars, approach classical music as a new adventure. And this book conveys that new adventure at its highest form. And the book is out now. You can purchase it at bookshop.org, or you can go on the D.A.P. ARTBOOK website to purchase this book. And I strongly, strongly recommend it. Again, if you're a music fan, art fan, or interested in 20th century aesthetics, very important. And also I want to note that on May 26th, the year 2020, from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., the world's worst book release. I hopefully is talking about the title and not the actual release party, but it's going to be online, and we will have the address below us when you watch my show here. And after that, have a great time. Stay safe. Always be good and always be tasteful. Thank you.